and welcome to our guide on our new online survey form. I'll be guiding you through the form, how to fill in your contact details and how to go and take the correct measurements that you need to give. The more information you put into this form, the better we are able to help you out. Is it a single or double leaf? In this case, we need a single. What type of hinge arrangement do you have? Is it a rear hung or is it a center hung? Center hung is usually between the pillars, rear hung is usually on the rear of the pillar. So in this case, we're going to go for center hung. The dimension we're going to be looking at is the nearest obstacle. It's dimension 1 on the survey form. So this dimension is from the face of the gate to its nearest solid obstacle, like this table for example. This dimension is useful for us to know if the operator is going to fit inside the gap. Over here, there's clearly enough of a gap, but you might have a wall, for example, right here, and you might not have enough space for the operator to physically fit. So this information is extremely helpful for us to provide that bit for you. Dimension 2 is referring to the width of the post. This is so that we know there is enough space for your rear bracket to be able to actually fit onto your post. The third dimension is from the hinge center to the corner of the post. So this is from the pivot point of the gate to the corner of the post. We need to have that dimension so we know that we'll be able to tell if the geometry will be able to work with the operator you have selected. Dimension 4 is from the hinge center to the face of the post. Is that dimension this way. We need to again know this dimension to know where an arm would fit, but also if you've selected an underground operator, there is a minimum dimension that's required here, which is 57 mm. So again, this information is extremely useful for us. Dimension 5, we're looking at the length of the gate. So the tip of the gate, the minimum to the pivot point. Dimension 6 is from the center point of the hinge to the inside mounting face of the gate. This allows us to again work out whether your geometry will work with the gate operator. The next section is where we need to know the height of the gate and also dimension at the bottom of the gate down to the finished floor level. Extremely useful if you're going for an underground operator. We need to know if there is enough space. And also at the leading edge of the gate. We now come to where you tell us what type of operator you're looking for. Do you have any physical gate stops in place? These are existing stops for the gate. Something that the gate stops against being a post, a floor, stop, something like that. You can either have open ones, closed ones, no stops at all, or both. If you click no, we'll then select operators that have built-in stops or limit switches capability. Selection. So either solid, palisade, or bars. In this case, I'm going to go for bars. Percentage of infill. This is again how much of that gate is infilled by the structure. So in this case, we're going to say around about 25%. It is an estimate. It doesn't need to be a specific exact dimension. And average cycles per day. This helps us to identify if you want a heavier use operator or a light duty operator. The next part is the approximate weight of the gate. This is an estimate. You're generally looking at it where it requires a single person lift, a 2-person lift, a 3-person lift, a 4-person lift, just to give you an idea as roughly how much it weighs. So I will say that this will be a single person lift off gate. So the gate is not going to weigh any more than say 50 kilograms. Type of installation. Is it an existing installation or is it a new gate automation that you're doing? If it's existing, then it limits us down on what type of operators to the exact dimensions you've already given us. If it will be a new gate or automation, then we can give you more options because you may be able to adjust the hinge geometry to suit. Again, if it is an existing gate, sometimes adjustments can be made, but not always. This is where you fill in as much information as you can about the site itself. Now come to the activation safeties. So for transmitters, generally used for entry and exit. So again, select whether you want transmitters, yes or no, and how many you would like. In terms of entry activations, you can have a keypad, a vehicle sensing loop detector, or an intercom options. Again, the same for the exit. If you do choose an intercom, please fill in the intercom options here. In this case, I will go for yes, I want transmitters, I only want 2, and I will have a simple keypad. And for the exit, I will use a single channel 24 volt DC free exit leak detector. I do not want to use an intercom. Going further into the safeties, we have types of photocells, whether you want a wired, a wireless, or a bus to easy photocells. In this case, I'm going to select bus to easy, and I'm going to want to have 2 pairs. And lastly, do you require safety edges? If you tick yes, please remember to fill in the safety edge survey form that is linked in at the end of the form. Now that you've submitted this, you can tick to fill in the safety edge survey form, or you can go to our knowledge base, our FAAC YouTube, or you can click contact us.